This video is a tutorial for how to create and edit an action item. I'll talk a bit about what an action item is, how it can be used on an action page, and show you the steps to creating and editing one. There are other tutorials to learn more about action groups and action pages, so be sure to check those out as well because this one is focused just on action items. Let's start by looking at some action items in action. An action item can be used as one unit within an action group, as well as a featured link on an action page. When used within an action group, an action item provides a descriptive and contextualized link to another page or site, giving the visitor a preview of what is offered through the link. The format of an action item within an action group includes the following elements: a descriptive title, an optional subtitle field to identify the name of the website, web page, or department or agency on which the link resides, an optional brief description or preview of the service, resource, or information found through the link, and the link itself, which should be written in a clear call to action style. When used as a featured link, only the link text of the action item is shown, and it appears in the header of the action page right at the top. Up to 3 action items may be used as featured links. Now that you know a little about what an action item is, what it's for, and what it can look like, let's walk through the steps for creating one. There are several pathways to creating an action item. The first way is to start from the Add Content route. Select Content from the side navigation. Select the blue Add Content button. Scroll down to the Micro Content section and select Action Item. This will bring you to the Create Action Item page. Look for the small red asterisks to see which fields on this page are required for creating your action item. Fields without the asterisk are optional. The action title is a required field, as are the URL and link text for the action link. The action subtitle and description are optional, but truly are part of what makes an action item helpful for visitors when the action item is included in an action group. When you're ready to save your action item, you can choose from a variety of saving options by clicking on the drop-down menu next to the words Save As. You might save this as a draft if it is incomplete or needs to be reviewed, or you can select Published if the action item is complete and ready to include on an action page. After you've selected how you want to save the action item, select the blue Save button to save your work. That's one way to create an action item. Another way is when you're creating or editing an action group. This is the Edit page for an action group that I've already made. Scroll down to the Actions section. Select Add Action Item. A pop-up window will appear to either create a new action item with the same fields we saw earlier, or to select an existing action item from the action item library, linked at the top. After you've created or added the action item, scroll down to the bottom of the pop-up window, select how you want to save your work, and then select the blue Save button. You would then return to the Action Group Edit page, where you should scroll to the bottom and select Save there as well. You can also create an action item when you create or edit an action page. This is the Edit page for an existing action page. Scroll down to the Action Group section. Select Add Action Group. A pop-up window will appear to create a new action group where you can add action items by selecting Add Action Item in the Actions section. After entering the information you want here, remember to scroll to the bottom and select Save to save your work. Now let's talk about editing action items. It's important to note that any action item can be used in multiple action groups, and any action group can be used on multiple action pages. Therefore, when you edit an action item, those changes will take effect wherever that action item exists on your website. So let's say you've created an action item already and you need to make changes to it. The pathways to edit an action item are similar to those when you created one. In other words, you could start with any of the action pages where the action item you want to change is located. Let's say I want to edit the first action item in this first action group on this action page. Start by selecting the blue Edit button in the upper right corner of the window. This will open the page to edit the action page. Scroll down to the Action Group section. And under the title of the action group in which the action item I want to change appears, select the Edit button. A pop-up window will appear. Scroll down to the Action section, and under the title of the action item I want to change, select the Edit button. A different pop-up window appears, and here is where I can edit anything about this action item, including the title, the subtitle, the description, the URL, or the link text. I can also change the status of the action item to draft if I want. After you make your changes, select the blue Save button to save your work. This will bring us back to the Edit Action Group window, and here we will also select the blue Save button. This will close the pop-up window and bring us back to the editing page for our action page. Here too, scroll to the bottom and select Save. Another easy way to edit an action item is to go to the Content Overview. Then either enter the name of the action item you want to change in the title field, or search by action item in content type, and then select Filter. Find the action item you want to change and either select its name or select the Edit button in the Operations column on the far right side in line with the action item you want to change. Either way will get you to the Edit Action Item page where you can make your changes, scroll to the bottom, and select Save. Hopefully, this tutorial has helped you understand the functionality of an action item, as well as some of the many ways you can create or edit an action item. Again, please check out the related videos about action groups and action pages so you can better understand how all of these parts fit together. Thanks for watching.